Today, we will continue our trading journey by using our best scalping strategy with our best trading view indicator. As you know, markets are not easy to trade nowadays. Selecting right assets are quite important as well as trading rallies or crashes. If you are ready, let's do this. We will continue to boost our knowledge of trading by studying price action and smart money concepts in more detail. First, we will talk about price action, and then we will use indicators to help us to find these very best setups. Look carefully at this chart and tell me exactly what do you notice and observe. There are two significant support and resistance flip happening here. They are very obvious and clear as you can see with your own eyes. However, today I want you to focus something different. These fake runs in the markets. Actually, these first runs are designed to create liquidity traps for us, as known as liquidity points. In both examples, you can easily see how the price first swipes these liquidity points. Then it taps into inner imbalance along with the support and resistance flip lines. Let's zoom in on this area and talk about it in more detail. Why do these setups work so well at certain times, but not all the time? As you know, we can never fully predict the future, and in trading, absolutely anything can happen in any moment. But what we do know is that having clear targets greatly increases our chances of success. In the first example, you can see a very clear triple equal high patterns forming, which is a great and obvious target for us. And in the second example, we actually have a PDH, the previous day's high level, which further increases our chances. As you can see, many different concepts come together to form the final trade setup. Now we have learned a lot so far, but how exactly do we trade this kind of setups? We can clearly see the gigantic imbalance areas on the chart. If you have carefully noticed, you already know that it is important to go into even lower time frames and look closely for a market structure break. But what else do we actually have here? Can I place a limit order right under this trap liquidity point? And also just above the support and resistance flip area. Is that really possible to do? Imagine that I used a setup like this in a trade. This is a great setup as you can clearly see from the chart. But the problem with setting a limit order is that you have absolutely no idea how deep the pullback will be beforehand. And in this specific example, you would have been stopped out very easily. You had a great setup prepared, you had the right bias and a solid trading plan, but the stop loss turned out to be tricky and dangerous here. Since we are dealing with these very large imbalances like on the left, I need to cover as much of it as possible to protect the trade. This is not a fixed rule, of course, but in my case, I feel need for some extra coverage here. You know me well, you already know that I hate using very tight stop losses. In my opinion, this is a much better style of trade management when compared to previous examples. What about the next example? If you carefully look, the price sweeps the liquidity, fully fills up, and hunts the PDH above. And after all that, it suddenly starts crashing. So can I place my limit order right here, right under the trap liquidity point, and just above the support and resistance flip area? Was this actually a great setup? I think yes, the stop loss covered the large part of the imbalance as well, giving us extra cushion. Now again, you might ask, how can we fight these kind of setups quickly? Of course, we use our best trading view indicator for this job. Look at the chart above and look very closely. See exactly where the first trade happens. There are 6 imbalance tabs occurring at the same time. From the 30-minute chart to 4-hour chart, all lining up at once. When you see this kind of alignment, then you take the trade. It's as simple as it gets. Now, what about the second trade? It is 100% the same thing happening again. 6 time frames, 6 imbalances, and the same 6 taps. This is one of the fastest and most reliable ways of spotting good trades. Will it work every time? Of course not. You're gonna lose money on the road. Before finishing the video, let me take a moment to check this 1-minute Nasdaq chart right after the market opens. This way you can clearly understand that we use exactly the same strategy and the pattern every single time with every time frames. There's a reason why I call my videos one strategy for life or one pattern forever. It's because I only trade using one strategy, and that is pure price action. Notice this small and very specific area here, where there is a support and resistance flip. And right above, we have an equal low sweep. And all of this takes place inside an imbalance area. Yes, this is my ultimate method of trading for 2025. It's a combination of 3 main concepts: support and resistance flips, multi-imbalance zones, and inner liquidity sweeps. Keep trading this pattern, keep repeating over and over again, and keep looking for the same setup every day. If you do this, your trades will improve and grow like crazy over time. Later on, if you look carefully, you will notice the same exact thing happens once again. But this time the price pulls back much deeper, and it will probably trigger a stop loss here. Remember, there are millions of traders out there and none of them can escape the reality of stop losses or the fact that losing money is a part of trading. No one wins with a 100% success rate, and that is simply the truth. Now in Nasdaq, most scalpers aim for only 10 to 20 points per trade. If you get stopped out, then simply wait for the momentum to return and jump in again, because once we have the fuel needed, we should keep pushing and moving upwards. Take your 10 points and get out safely. In and out, repeat the process, and keep restarting again and again every day. Completed the free trading course but still need more? My master classes teach liquidity, imbalance, and the market structure in detail. Combine them with forward and reverse trading using momentum superboxes and yo-yo cost average entry models. After that, you will master scalping with a one-screen free trading view indicator, a revolutionary trading system. Finally, you will learn to invest your profits using my 10-year swing investing with working agent system. Interested? Please see the video description.